Hello, here are my top 5 leisurely walks in North Ayrshire for tourists and locals alike. These are very personal pics of places I have visited in the past year and may change in the future as I discover new and interesting locations. Number 5. Largs, Valley Walk to Greeto Bridge. This walk is stunning, but a challenge on a sunny day as it is mostly up a steep hill. I went on one of the hottest days of the year and struggled with the heat. There is no hiding from the sun and there is no shelter. However, the reward is views over the valley. This is no surprise as the landscape is part of the Clyde Muirshiel Regional Park, which stretches over North Ayrshire, Inverclyde and Renfrewshire. It's quite remarkable to think that such stunning landscapes are accessible by train and right next to Largs town. But when you get to the end point of this walk, you can enjoy a picnic at Greeto Bridge and Greeto Water. Even dip your toes in the refreshing Greeto water to cool down. But I have to say, the walk back downhill is more stunning than the walk up because you get views of the stunning coast as well as the valley itself. Plus it's a lot easier to walk downhill than uphill. When you get back into Largs, there are many places you can rest and have food or drink. Number 4. Kilwinning to Irvine following the River Garnock. I doubt any tourist has ever walked this walk, but if you like walks that take in small towns and countryside and coastal scenery, then this could be the walk for you. Starting from Kilwinning train station, you head through the town centre, where you can stop off at the medieval Kilwinning Abbey. From there, you head towards the River Garnock, where you are rewarded with lovely river views and wooded areas. When you leave Kilwinning and enter the outskirts of Irvine, the views really open up. The river gets wider as it gets closer to the sea. There is an original 19th century viaduct rail bridge over the River Garnock and you get a stunning view of that from the bottom. It's not to be missed. When you reach Irvine, the train station is by the quaint harbour side where you can find museums, cafes and pubs. So it's worth delaying your journey on the train and experiencing those. If you want to venture along the harbour side, you'll find Irvine Beach Park and the beach itself. I think Irvine Beach is probably my favourite beach in Ayrshire. If you manage to go there on a sunny day out with the summer season, then there is a good chance there will be very few people on it. However, in summer it can be very busy and best avoided in the evenings when there can be a lot of young people there. Number 3. Cumbria Coastal Walk to Millport. When most people get the ferry to Cumbria, they are visiting the town of Millport, which is a few miles from the ferry terminal. There is usually a bus waiting at the terminal to take eager visitors into town, but I recommend you just start walking. The coastal views are beautiful. You can sometimes spot sails resting on the shore, maybe even spot the Waverley paddle steamer travelling to and from Glasgow and beyond. But the best part of this walk for me is the view you get just as you enter Millport itself at Kames Bay, with its lovely beach and expansive views across the water. On a sunny day the islands look stunning, sitting on the horizon, and I often wish I lived in one of the gorgeous houses looking out onto the view of them. Number 2. Cumbria Gladestone. Back on the island of Cumbria, the walk to Cumbria Gladestone takes you to the highest point of Cumbria Island. As the road winds up the hill, you get varying views of old farmhouses, wildlife, farm animals, and ever-changing views of the countryside and coastline. When you finally reach the peak, you're rewarded with stunning views of the Ayrshire coast, the islands of Arran and Bute, the Firth of Clyde estuary, and more. You can choose to return to the ferry terminal the way you came, or you could continue down the other side of the hill and enjoy a day in the town of Millport, where you will find cafes, pubs and children's play areas. This walk is not to be missed. Number 1. Fairley to Kelburn Glen. Kelburn Glen forms a large part of the Kelburn estate in Fairley, just outside of Largs. The glen itself has lots to see. There's a lot of artwork being commissioned by the family who owns the estate. As you wander through the glen, you will stumble upon hidden delights and discover interesting artwork, carvings, sculptures, colourful graffiti and much more. The castle within the estate is known as Graffiti Castle. The family who owns the estate still reside there and commission Brazilian graffiti artists to paint exotic, bright and vibrant graffiti over the entire rear of the castle. I personally love it. However, in my opinion, the best part of Kilburn Glen is the walk to and through the place. I always walk from Fairlie train station, where terrific views can be enjoyed as you walk a high path parallel to the coast. There are many routes you can take through the glen, but my favourites are going up the left side of the glen from within the glen itself. It's a steep climb, but you get to pass so many interesting sights, such as the beach plateau, which gives me Blair Witch vibes, and the aforementioned artworks. After reaching the top, coming down on the inside of the glen, on the other side of the stream running through the glen, is really beautiful, and you get stunning views all the way down. Alternatively, you can take the High Estate Road, which stays above the glen and offers spectacular views across the coast. It looks amazing on both sunny and misty days, where you might even find yourself within the clouds. If all that is not enough, music lovers can enjoy the music festival here every summer. Fairlie to Kilburn Glen wins my best walk in North Ayrshire, Scotland. And that is my choice of the top 5 leisurely walks in North Ayrshire for tourists and locals alike. This list may change as I discover more locations and walks, but for now these are my favourites. Feel free to tell me your favourites and offer recommendations for me to check out in future trips. Also, if you sign up to my Patreon, you can get maps of these routes and many more. Cheers!